Okay, you have a voice, that's step one. Now you might be wondering, well, why not just do video? Why just your voice? Well, maybe you're just a little too scared to get your face on camera. Maybe you've tried to do it before and it just was super uncomfortable for you. Maybe you think you're ugly. Well, I'm here to tell you, number one, you are beautiful. You are not ugly. You are a beautiful person. And number two, no matter where you are on the beautiful scale, Richter thing, today you're gonna learn how to use your voice for profit. I'm going to share 5 different ways that you can use just your voice only to generate more money. I have experience with most of these things. All of them I'm going to share a little bit about how to get started, some tips that I have for you from my own experience, and some resources and things that you can do to get started on the right foot. Make sure you stick around until the end because I'm actually going to share the most profitable way, the number one way that I think all of us can use our voice to generate more profit. We're going to count down from 5 and it's about time to get started. Welcome to step 2.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it. Hate means I do something right, so I'ma let him. Yeah, I'ma let him, yeah.
We're talking about audio, we gotta talk about podcasting. Podcasting is huge right now, and with just your voice and a microphone, you can make some money. I've been podcasting for about 10 years now. I've recorded over 1,300 episodes across 5 different podcasts, 65 million downloads, and I've made money in all different kinds of ways using my podcasts. The most popular way to monetize a podcast is through advertising and sponsorships. Companies will pay you to have you talk about their company for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, sometimes longer if you're like Tim Ferriss. An ad in the beginning of your show is called a pre-roll. You can usually charge more for that because more people are listening at that time. Then there's the mid-roll in the middle of your episode, and then a post-roll at the end. Typically, you could charge about $20 to $35 on average for every 1,000 listens of your show. But getting to that point of advertising and sponsorship is a little bit hard because companies want to see there's a lot of downloads and listens on your show. Yes, you can have a tight audience, a strong audience of a few, and that can still work out for you to get advertisement money. But it's a lot harder to do than, say, here on YouTube where you just pop a video, has a chance to pop, and there's AdSense behind it to help you generate some income. It doesn't work like that with a podcast. Not yet, at least. But I actually wouldn't recommend advertising or sponsorships. I would actually recommend starting with affiliate marketing, and that is on your show talking about different products that you use, similar to what people do here on YouTube. You can talk about your experience. You can invite the owner of that product on your show, and you can have people trust that product more and then click a link or go to a specific link and then actually make money through commissions by selling that product. You can sell your own products. You can put people into events because guess what? On a podcast, people are listening to you for loads more than they would watch you on YouTube or read a blog post. Then there's the Patreon model where fans of you and your show could potentially pay you monthly for early access to shows, for a webinar that you might hold, or other items, and it's just a paid for by viewers like you kind of model, similar to PBS, but for your podcast. So a podcast is an amazing way to potentially generate income. It will not happen overnight. It takes a lot of hard work and time. I have, however, the top tutorial on YouTube and in the world about how to start a podcast, and if you want to check that out, just check out the link in the info right there and you can get started right away, and I'll walk you through all the process, all the steps, and have you spend the least amount of money to get started and start building that audience and potentially turning it into a business. So yeah, a lot to unpack there, but let's move on to number 4. How do you use your voice to make money? You could become a voiceover artist. You could potentially get paid to use your voice, even if you think you don't have a great voice. You never know unless you try. Now, I do not have personal experience as a voiceover artist, although I've worked with several of them. I've hired them to read my audiobook. I've hired some voiceover artists to actually be on my podcast as sort of an intro voice. There are a lot of different kinds of voiceover artists. You can become the ones like that I hire for audiobooks and ad reads and podcast spots. There's voiceover artists who do character voices for different animations and videos and things like that.
I am Groot. I am Groot. I am Groot.
So, Meg, your birthday's coming up, huh? You excited about turning...
And you could even get to the pro level where you could work with an agency or a company that would then help hire you out for larger companies. Now again, like anything, this kind of stuff does not happen overnight for you, but it is a way for you to become a professional who uses your voice, doesn't need your face, and you can make some money doing it, and it could even become your entire career. I have some recommendations below for some YouTube channels that do some really great voiceover stuff who might be able to help you out too if that's of interest to you. Next, number 3. In videos. Just like this, see? You can hear my voice, but the video is blank. If you want to make a good video, you don't want to have it blank. But here's some examples of YouTubers who are using their voice and generating an income.
Suabwe will always hold a special place in my empty heart, not because I have fond memories working there, but because some of you really liked it when I talked about working there.
I mentioned a light source before, and this light source ruins everything. You see, Minecraft isn't just a barren rock, it has life on it. Grass, trees, lily pads, cows and sheep to eat the grass, and lions to eat the...
The easiest way to get started with this is doing things like screen recordings. You can use tools like ScreenFlow, or if you're on a PC, Camtasia Studios, or you could even use QuickTime for free. You can record your computer, talk about certain things, show certain examples, teach certain things, and you never have to show up on camera. It's just your voice. This is actually how I started on YouTube back in 2009. I was so afraid of putting my face on camera that I actually did some screen recordings about my website and some of the things I was doing on my business. And I'm trying something out a little new today. This is actually my first video that I'll be putting on YouTube and on my blog. And I'm using some really cool tools that allow me to do some really cool things. And I never ever wanted to show my face. That eventually got me a little bit comfortable with popping my face in every once in a while, and then now, obviously, I'm more comfortable with it. Although it's still hard for me to watch myself on video, but honestly, it doesn't matter what I look like. Hopefully, this stuff is helpful, and really, that's what matters. Hit that like button below if you think I'm ugly. I mean, no, don't do that. Just hit the like button. There is a little bit of an art to screen recording. It takes some coordination. I used to record the screen and then just like hit record again later and just record my voice over it. Now I can actually record my voice and what's on the computer at the same time. And that's where you want to go because it becomes a lot more efficient that way. But it takes some practice. You just gotta stick with it, do it, and promise you're gonna get better over time. So where does the money come in all this? Well, obviously by creating videos and popping them here on YouTube without using your face, but just using your voice, you can generate some AdSense revenue here. You can build up your subscriber base, they get to know you and the kinds of videos that you come out with, and they just enjoy hearing and learning and getting entertained from you. How much can you make from YouTube revenue? Well, I recently shared a video where, and I'll pop it up on the info screen here, I shared how much money I made from a 1 million view video, and I compared it to other YouTubers who shared how much they made from 1 million view videos, and you can just get a sense of how much you could potentially make there. All right, next we got number 2, affiliate marketing. And this actually relates to the last one. You can use your voice to review different products, whether it's a screen recording of a software or just the product, like a picture of it or something, or you actually film live, or you film with a camera in real time, but just don't show your face. You can just show your chest. I don't mean like film your chest, I mean like just cut your head off, because it's not about you, it's about the product that you're reviewing. For example, if I was sharing a microphone like this, which I've actually created videos about before, it might look something like this. The Samson Q2U and the Snowball from Blue. These are all USB microphones. The Samson and the Audio-Technica also have an XLR plugin. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Audio-Technica ATR 2100. It has both a USB and XLR connection. So let's pop it open and see what we get. All right, so we have the microphone here. And of course, when you talk about a product and you share how easy it is to use and what it can do for you, if a person is getting excited about that product, they can go to the link in the description, and when they click on that, you can generate an income through affiliate marketing. The easiest way to get started with that is Amazon Associates. You can sign up there and you can promote a microphone just like this one, just like I did, or other products that might be more in tune with what your audience is looking for. How much money could you potentially make with affiliate marketing? Well, let me show you. Last year alone in 2019, I made about $23,000 in commissions from all the different product recommendations that I've had here on the YouTube channel alone. And that's pretty awesome. I'll tell you, if you shoot a video right now and you review a product, it's not gonna make a bunch of money overnight. But it becomes something that maybe gets picked up in the algorithm, maybe it even gets embedded on other websites because you do a really good, thorough review about something. Well, now you're getting more views, more opportunities, it helps the algorithms, it helps your other videos go up, and that's where a lot of the income generation could potentially come in. But you're not gonna see any growth unless you plant some seeds. So every YouTube video that you create, again, you don't have to put your face on it, it's about the product. becomes a seed that you plant that could turn into a money tree for you later. And then finally, we are at my number one favorite way to generate an income with just your voice only, and that is online courses. An online course is an amazing way to generate an income because you could charge a much higher premium to help somebody get a result. And that's the really big trick here with online courses. I've done online courses for a couple years now. I've generated over $2.5 million in online courses. The number one thing you need to know, and the number one thing your audience needs to know, is, well, what am I paying for here? What is the outcome? What is the promise? What am I gonna have that I didn't have before that is worth my time and money? If the transformation is not clear and it's not worth it to them, then you might as well not create an online course. You need to nail the transformation. That's tip number one. Tip number two, I know a lot of you might be going, well, I'm not qualified to create an online course. There are so many other people that teach the same kind of thing. Why would people want to learn from me? Well, the reason is because nobody is like you. You are unique, and when you develop a brand and a personality online in whatever special way you want to do that, people come to like you, and you could teach similar things that other people do, but people will come to you because they've gotten to know you. Plus, you obviously have your own experiences. You might have your own even superpowers and wisdom to put into that particular program that other people can't do. And third, you might be like, Pat, well, wouldn't I need to put my face in that course? I would recommend in maybe 1 or 2 videos at least popping up every once in a while to go, hey, thanks for being a student. I appreciate you for being here. Now let's go get it. Let's get some results. Now let's get her done. But I think it's just nice to know, well, who is actually behind creating this course. But honestly, it's not necessary. You don't need it. Every video in the course could be a screen recording video, or depending on what you're teaching, a video like a review of a product. It's just you're showing people how to use it instead of just trying to convince them to buy it. You could generate thousands, tens of thousands, potentially even millions of dollars from just using your voice, but packaging it in a way that actually helps and serves an audience. My number one course is actually related to something that I've become known for, podcasting. It's called Power Up Podcasting, and we've actually had thousands of students go through it. Many people actually quitting their jobs and going full time with their podcast, generating loads of income through their show, which is really cool. We talked about that earlier. But again, I want to hone in on the fact that you have to promise something that matters to people, and you obviously have to help them get there. Too many courses are like, here's a meditation course. Okay, well, what am I getting at the other end? The other tip I have for you if you're going to be selling online courses is really understanding, well, what is the problem? What's the pain? And that becomes a part of your sales process, talking about what life was like before. Hey, you've been struggling to get an audience. You've been trying other things like blogging and YouTube, but guess what? Podcasting is here, and you want to get on that train now while there's still less than 1 million podcasts out there. True fact, by the way. There's a lot of people and instructions out there on how to do it and how to get your show up and running. But nobody out there teaches you how to get found. But that's what I have to offer because I have 10 years of business experience in marketing that is put behind your brand new show. And I promise that you're going to have listeners on day one. And that's how I position Power Up Podcasting and how I differentiate it from other courses that are out there. And again, like I said, you don't even have to show up on camera. You could teach the things that you want to teach without ever showing your face. But again, you're beautiful. You shouldn't be afraid of putting yourself out there, but I understand if you are, because I was there too. So we talked about podcasting, we talked about voiceover, we talked about video without your face, we talked about affiliate marketing, and we talked about online courses. Which one of those 5 are the most attractive to you? Is your favorite? Is one that you maybe want to start very soon if you haven't already? Leave a comment below and let me know which one of these is the most attractive to you. Hit that like button whether you think I'm ugly or not. Hit that subscribe button so you can get some great videos coming your way very soon. And as always, Team Flynn for the win.